Hello, this is Sage the Balloon Sage, and after receiving several requests for princess-themed balloon decorations recently, I serendipitously found the perfect supplies at the dollar store today. The white, pink, and metallic color palette complements the flower quad structure, which is comprised of 36 9-inch round balloons, 12 each of a trio of complementary colors. There are a myriad of princess-themed balloon mylars to be found at dollar stores for crowning your columns, and it all comes together with an easy-to-make balloon weight, a spool of curling ribbon, and twisting meets decor with 260s. Let's begin with the finicky flower quad. This deluxe version of the standard 4-balloon quad allows you to create unique patterns, but the compact nature of this construction element means get ready to use your hands, your arms, everything you can to hold them down and hog tie them together. 2 flower quad sizes. Let's begin with the large. Inflate 24 of your 36 round balloons, 2 full pumps each. 1, 2. Using 5-inch rounds for this instead of the dollar store balloons will be much easier, but no longer cost-effective. When a flower quad isn't all flattened out, it looks a bit like this, maybe a bit like a nucleus. So take 2 silvers, we pair those up just by simply tying them together. Same thing with the white balloons. Nice pair there. And a third pair is in pink. Now all the centers are spun together like this with all 3 pairs, and the trick is to make sure they're all evenly tied into each other and there's no stray balloon that will give you a little trouble when you're actually trying to use it. Perfect. Inflate the remaining 12, 1 full pump each. Now this is tricky, so slide the nozzle far down on the pump and 1 full pump, so up and 1. Pull off, and you want to stretch any uninflated portion at the top down toward the nozzle. You kind of trap it, making it one nice shade. The 2 little flower quads are constructed the exact same way, with the colored pairs spun together in the center and placed in a resting position. It's essential to anchor your balloon decor, whether you prefer implementing store-bought weights, sand or sugar-filled weights, or you're like me and you want to take the cheapest, easiest route possible by making a double thick water balloon weight. We've got 2 spare rounds. Twist one up until it's kind of solid, and then spin it into the open mouth of the other. Now, grab the lip of the white balloon in this case, and yank down a couple times, and it's in. As a kid, I loved having water balloon fights in the hot California summers, and this intrepid water balloon weight is filled up the same way. This is the perfect size for my little column, and we'll tie it nice and tight, high up on the neck as usual with most of these balloons. Perfect. Let's compose 2 of these identical centerpiece structures from these 3 quads. And we attach the weight to the bottom one by pulling it against the flower quad center. This is our base quad, and the weight will only be on one of these structures. This one, of course. We wind it through nice and tight, and we got a stray nozzle over here. We tie it, snip off a length of curling ribbon, and tie it in to the small quad center. We stack and then secure as we flatten out our base quad. To begin with the weight at the bottom, of course, and it should look like this. Flatten another flower into the grooves of the preceding in such a way that it will create a spiral effect. Now you need to push down hard the entire time before you tie these quads together. So secure it while holding it compactly together and without the ribbon getting in the way. Let's press the small quad right on top of the stack. Into the grooves, spread it apart. Okay, my initial binding technique is simple enough. Grab hold of your ribbon, and you want to pull straight down between pairs of the balloons. You want to make sure not to pop them, so you kind of got to spread them. You pull this down, and this should be around the weight. Now you want to think of this as a spinal column for your column. Whoops, there goes this one. And I came right back up, and I'm going to go down again. Okay, you want to go down either side. You can flip it around now. As you can see, it's secure. We'll wrap it around the weight. You can see a little bit better what I did. And coming back up. So kind of wind it through there. You want to keep them constricted the entire time. Nice tight pull up. Just don't pop anything. And now we're going to do another technique, which is the figure 8. So you wrap it around one balloon. This will connect the individual balloons on each level. And here's a figure 8 over here, carefully, and wrap it around it. Just continue until you're satisfied that everything is one cohesive piece. It's time to sync the two halves together, and I never cut off the ribbon from my base, so as I plant this right here, pushing down and lining up all the spirals, the same techniques apply here as we hold down with one hand and pull up on that ribbon with the other, making sure it goes all the way in the center. It likes to play tricks and slip between two balloons, but make sure it's all the way through. And once it is, it's a matter of going right back down. You may have to realign your spirals once or twice. Coming down the other side. Actually, hold it while you do this. Flip it over. Wrap it around the weight. Just don't stop winding, weaving, and positioning until you're totally satisfied with the structural stability. All you have to do is to tie your Mylar straight through a ribbon at the low point of the Mylar nozzle. And you should be familiar with this technique, the ribbon spine, starting at the top, right through the center, and you just pull it through. Careful not to mess up your lovely spiral pattern. Let's add the finishing touches with my simple balloon rings technique. We'll turn the column facing away from us. We'll go around like this, and just tie it in the back here, and use a pair of scissors to cut off the excess fat. I hope you enjoyed this princess column lesson, and I've got a ridiculous amount of content on the way, and over 150 videos on the Balloon Sage channel, so please subscribe. Please like this video, and I'll see you on the next tutorial.